Hey everybody, we are actually in the eye wall of a slightly stronger Aida. It is unbelievable whipping here.
This old job is always causing stress.
I'm tucking the truck here perfectly.
All I ever do is work, I don't get no rest.
Man, I got some video footage.
Night is on the way.
Crazy. Let me see if I can get outside.
Down in trouble water.
You just wouldn't believe how much rock in the truck is. Oh shit.
Oh, red truck donkey, IPA. Let that magic mango chase my blues away.
We're in the eye of Aida here in Key Largo.
Among my friends.
Tremendous
Mike's where the page goes live.
coming in. Currently. I'm semi-protected here by my truck, so no worries, but semi-protected. I don't want to get the camera wet, but man, the trees beside me are completely sideways. I'm not sure what the gusts are, but definitely this is a tropical storm. I think we're seeing a little higher gusts. So I got the back turned right now and trying to keep the camera from getting wet. We're in Key Largo. We're in the eye of Aida.
Yeehaw! Hey, what's up? I love that tune. It's not Thursday yet, but you can start thinking about Thursday. Today's Wednesday. All right, so we are live, jamming. Little Andy Simmons. Let everybody get caught up here. The reason I got a countdown timer, by the way, is not everybody gets online at the same time. So it gives everybody a chance, because if you just start talking, then people miss out. But hey, it's hump day. I see people. What's up? So this is the Daily Brew Tropical Update. We talk about weather and tropics this time of year a lot, and there's definitely something to talk about. We'll get into the tropics. The tropics are definitely looking alive for next week, weekend for the Pacific, with a possible crossover into the Gulf of Mexico for next week. Very, we've been talking about it a few days, and now I'm seeing more people talk about it. I always love it when I see more people talk about it, because then I don't feel like now we all can be wrong together. I like to be wrong together. So I think I had Hunter yesterday, so we're gonna swap dogs around. One day you, one day Hunter. All right, this is Louie. Hey, what's up, Yohel? Good morning. What's up, John Ferguson, Richard Reamer, Carolina Girl, Mary Hernandez, Dee, Brian Elliott. What's up, man? We got Newport Richie hanging out with us. A bunch of people over on Facebook. What's up, Jamie? Good morning, Shelly. What's up, Pensacola? Getting stormed on bad. Morning, James. I forgot our highlights the other day. Maybe we'll do that if we get out of things to talk about at the end of the show. So yeah, we're going to talk a lot about the storms. Holy cow. So we did have that line of storms come through Texas last night. We had the juice coming up through the upper Gulf, Mobile, and especially the tip of the Panhandle really getting hard, and really seeing signs of another line coming through tomorrow. Another frontal line, so you're getting it double wacky pounding of storms, and this is moving over to the East Coast by Friday. So that's going to include our East Coast friends. Most of it clears out for the weekend. So let's talk about tropics first. I figured it out. we'll talk about general weather. Let's stick to tropics, and then we'll talk about weather. But Hunter, Louis, you're such a good boy. This is our buddy. So, good morning, April from Pierce. Where the heck's Fort Pierce? I didn't see the Fort part. Tornado warning there in Escambia County. I believe it. I think there was a tornado in Pensacola. Somebody shared a screenshot to me on Twitter of some vorticity, and you can definitely see there's damage reports coming in from the Pensacola area. So they'll assess it. Definitely straight line winds, regardless of tornado or not. This is our little puppy, Louie. Emily's home. He's probably going to run off into the bedroom. So we'll say goodbye, Louie. Let's say goodbye. You go in there and you go in there and see your sister, okay? You like to fly. He probably just take a nap right there if I let him. But I got too many buttons to click. So anyway, cool. Cool to see everybody. Appreciate it. So we're going to talk about the weather. We got tropics to talk about. Then we'll talk about storms coming. There are storms coming the rest of the week we need to talk about. But let's talk about the tropics first. The main reason most people are here, right? Right. We may or may not have a May storm, Ryan Anderson. You're correct. It looks like we're going to escape May without a storm. So, hey, first and foremost, our Daily Brew, brought to you by our fine friends from ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, located here in sunny Florida. Big supporters of Mike's Weather Page. We really appreciate that. They are 85 years old, family operated all throughout our great state of FLA. So if you see one, pull in and tell them you're big fans of our page, because they are too. And we love that. All right, so I post this model. I don't get the dang likes because of this. Let me pull it up here. I messaged Shelly a minute ago. If I were to post individual model runs right now, I would have had 400 likes compared to 50 likes, because what is this really showing you? Nothing, right? You just see a bunch of little spaghetti lines, right? So I don't do it to... I do it to solidify what we're talking about. What's up, Julie? Good morning, Having Mill. What's up, Christina from Kings Bay Naval Base? That's cool. Good to see you there. Thank you for all you do up that way, for sure, for sure. So these ensembles, this is your ensemble matter. We've been teasing this a lot, the last 3 or 4 days. I brought it up on our Brew Crew page. That's our private group page for our supporters of the webpage. YouTube and Facebook and Twitter can get in on that. You just have to email. But the Pacific is definitely looking like a storm coming this weekend. Sunday, late Saturday, Sunday, Monday, definitely going to see some sort of a storm impacting Mexico. And when I say impact, I'm talking about landfall. And it could be a hurricane. A few of the models are definitely picking that we could see a hurricane in just a few days. But the big question, as I spit, I think I spit. I didn't eat anything. The big question is this crossover. So, more and more ensembles are starting to show the idea of a crossover, and more importantly, the operational runs are now showing this. Now, when we were theorizing last week's GFS possibilities, it was the only operational run showing organization. Now, I showed the icon on Monday and Tuesday. We're not going to go back in time. Everything kind of panned out like we thought with the juice coming up, weak juice, Invest 90. But we're seeing operational models now starting to show the potential for some of this energy to get pulled up into the Gulf early week next week. We're talking like June 2nd, 3rd next week. Two things are in play here. We have a very enhanced MJO wave coming, which we talk about a lot on our little Daily Brew here. The MJO definitely enhances thunderstorm activity. And as we've been talking a lot about, the water anomalies are 2 to 3 degrees, 4 degrees above normal in the Gulf right now. So that'll definitely speed up any sort of development. This was shared by Jonathan. Got to get his name right. Let me go back here. Jonathan Erdman, I believe he works at the Weather Channel. But this is a great map. This is all the way to 2020. This is all your early June formations, and you can see the Bay of When I say BOC, it's the Bay of Campeche, Peachy, and the Gulf of Mexico. So very, very hot spot to watch this time of year. So just wanted to share that. But let's take a look at some model runs here. And then we're going to talk about our weather coming. We still have incoming weather to talk about. I'm going to get into that after the tropics. So Telford Holmes, good morning there. What's up, Telford? Been around a lot of years. Yo, Hell, what's up, buddy? What's up there, KB in Florida? Cantonment, Florida. Never heard of that place. That must be up in the Panhandle. Shelly was late to the live. This is my second cup. How's that Wi-Fi coffee cup? You know, I was bragging about the Wi-Fi coffee cup because it made sense, right? You want a cup of coffee, you hit a button. But how the hell do you put a cup in the? Do you have to go over there and put the cup in and then come back and then hit your phone to start it? Does it have an automatic cup? Because if it doesn't have an automatic cup retrieval dingy wingy, then you still got to get up and put the cup in and then come back. So you got to explain it to me, because I thought a Wi-Fi coffee machine. I didn't get one. I keep looking at mine. I don't know why it doesn't look back. That's not a real person. But I thought the idea was a good idea to have Wi-Fi coffee where you can just hit a button, but you got to have a cup. Otherwise, coffee's just going to be. So you got to explain to me how the cup thing works. All right, so let's jump right into tropical tidbits. This is what we used to do years ago. I think people really like to see the operational runs, and I get it. But I like to see ensembles support it. But we do have operational runs now, showing the potential for Gulf. And we have a lot of people in Mexico watching. So let's jump right into it. Tropics officially getting going. So let's take a look at this is tropicaltidbits.com, Levi's site. We support him, and we love his stuff. Here's what we got. So here's Friday. There's our formation starting to happen. And it really kind of gets it going, 947. Again, the GFS, you got to wonder what the heck the GFS is on, 941. But nonetheless, GFS showing a storm. This is Sunday into Monday, and potential landfall. Then it really gets rid of it. But that's 10 meter wind. Let's do 850 wind. But yeah, it's pretty significant. A lot of land there, a lot of mountains. It kind of squashes it quick. But general thinking, there is your GFS. Now I'm just going to show you this. This is, if anybody's worried about landfall, this is what we got. GFS there. Euro a little bit later in the period, and it goes a little bit to the west. But here's the Euro, just a little bit to the west. Still 984, potential hurricane. That's the Euro. And Canadian, a little faster, but almost the same general area, 984, 985. So you can get an idea if you're living along the coast there. You got just a couple days here. This is Sunday morning. And then even the icon is showing development with a turn up. So, man, the location is definitely locked in here. And, again, timing is later this weekend, likelihood of a land impact. So there you go. First Pacific hurricane and potential hurricane. And the thing is, this one could turn up and affect people. Most of the time they go out to sea. Everybody's like, why are you even talking about it? But we're talking about it. Now, let's talk about this crossover effect that we could be seeing coming. Whoa, it really got little. Here's, by the way, the Pacific outlook, just to show you what's cooking out there. And there you go. There it is. 80% chance that we could see development right there. So, all right. And the dogs are snorting a lot. What are you guys doing down there? Nothing. Okay. Crossover. Now, crossovers happen. They happen. Let's go back to tropical tidbits. We're going to stick on the operational runs. All right. Icon doesn't go out far enough yet, but I do think it's getting close to the idea of what we're talking about. Now, if we go to the icon here, do we have an 850? I don't think we do. We don't have an 850. We have 500 though. All right. Great. All right. So, middle atmosphere icon turns it north, crosses the mountains, and then boom. This is next Wednesday, June the 1st. Now, If you can see the wind barbs, we're getting rotation here. And this is what everybody's generally thinking here, is a turn up. Turn up. The official, what is a turnip, by the way? I never knew. Is it a vegetable or is it a flower? Turnip. Isn't it purple? What the hell is a turnip? Yeah, they're purple. What the heck? All right, there we go. This is what we're talking about. Check this out. There we go. There we go. The official, is that a fruit or vegetable, Shelly? Turnip. As we got our little pigs walking by. Hunter sounds like a little pig, by the way. Cheers. A turnip. It's turnip. We talk about spinach and now turnips. All right, so there we go. 500 millibar stops Wednesday, June the 1st. All right, so the icon's on the idea of a turnip. Turnip. All right, let's talk about the other models. This is where it gets a little interesting. A little more interesting. Here we go. European. Let's rewind it. European model on the GFS, or on top of tidbits. Here's our spinach. Not trying to be goofy, guys. There's our spinach. This is the 6Z, but there you go. This is next Sunday, this weekend. Now let's go to 00Z. This runs a little longer. Now watch this. It turns up, turn up, it crosses over. And there's our weak low pressure system, June 1st, June 2nd. There's our mid-level vorticity, and kind of keeps it going on the track here, going north, kind of northeast there. General thinking, big, broad, low. When these things come across the mountains there in Central America, sometimes they take a long time to get tightly packed little lows again. Sometimes they maintain sort of a subtropical look with a broad rotation. But it does have a couple days across the Gulf of Mexico, and as we've seen with our blobs and squalls, things can happen quick. But this is Friday, June the 3rd. There's our broad rotation. And if you pick up on it here, you know, you get to see 1,000 millibar. Get it. Very broad, makes sense, right? Comes over the mountains, the mid-level spin, and but definitely supporting this possibility of a crossover here. And the time frame on this is still a long way away. Remember, anything outside of a week is really pushing it. But this is next Wednesday, Thursday is when we can see this broad rotation here in the Bay of Campeche. Wind shear, you know, it's like I said, it's kind of hard to predict too far out, but it is, you know, it is getting a little pocket of light wind shear we could be looking at. All right, so there you go. The Euro icon's on board. Let's rewind. Let's go to the GFS. Let's go to Canadian, because we're not giving GFS any sort of love because the GFS was so bad. All right, so here's the operational run on the Canadian. There's your landfall, and then it crosses over. And there you go. This is next Thursday morning. So very, you know, there's 3 out of 3, man. You know, we got to talk about it. You know, very broad. There's, you know, broad, low. Let's take a look at the mid-level spin. And then we can look at all of the models. All right, so here's your Canadian. You can definitely see mid-level broad spin there. This is next, so just show you all the models at this timestamp here. This is next Thursday on the Canadian. This is next Thursday on, the European, and Thursday on the Icon. Doesn't go out that far yet. I think it went out to what? Wednesday. GFS is showing this. Nothing. Imagine that. That was a 6Z. So is our crossover. So that's probably why we should take notice, because the GFS is showing nothing. What's cooking, Joey? Good morning, Bob from Pensacola. You are getting stormed on. Jim Parker, how's it going? Cantonment. Oh, there you go. Turn up. Jessica, hey, thanks for the stars. All right, so GFS doesn't show much, but it did show something yesterday. I don't know what the heck's going on with this GFS. Yeah, see, this is what the GFS is showing. Nothing. GFS showing, everybody else is showing the broad low here, and GFS is spinning up a new system as it did with Invest 90. But we'll see. Some of the runs of the GFS showed this general thinking. Here's that low right here. This was next Wednesday, June the 1st. So it's actually showed it a little bit too. Here was last night's 00Z run. You can see a tight little vorticity down here. Nothing big, but it hasn't really shown it like the others. So, all right, that's the general idea. We got the timing of the potential storm in New Mexico. We know there could be some sort of spin down in the Bay of Campeche when the season kicks off June the 1st. And then we'll see. Let's look at long-range ensembles now. Let's take, so tropical tidbits, I forgot. We have individual mean points now. So, oof. All right. So here is the European ensembles. These are all little members of the European ensembles. I call them little brains of the Euro. There's 51 little brains of the Euro. Show the Navy. We can show the Navy. What's up? First, to show the Navy, I have to... that wasn't the Navy. That's NOAA. Navy's up here. I think it goes to a... Why would the Navy have an unsecured site? I've never figured that one out. You would think by now. All right, so let's fast forward here to the Navy. And it's not really showing anything. So last week when the GFS and Navy were showing it, nobody else did. Now that everybody else is showing it, and the GFS and the Navy isn't. So, all right, so we're looking at all right. So here's ensemble points. This is next weekend. Obviously, we know there's going to be a storm down there, and then what happens? Well, we get quite a few little ensembles popping up here in the Gulf. Here is June the 2nd. So there you go. All week, 900 millibar, 1,000 millibar. Nothing really too strong. A few of them get down in the 80s, possibly, if it does trek to the north. But again, not a lot of confidence, but we could, definitely, we're looking at trends here, and we're trending that. All right, so the GFS ensembles are kind of pulling two areas up. So it's kind of thinking the same thing. Little bit. This is next third, fourth. So a little bit. And the Canadian ensembles here showing kind of the same thing. So that's just what we're watching. It's very irresponsible right now to post any individual model runs because they're going to change so much. There's our turnips. Bye, turnips. All right, so some of the modeling, other models I like to look at. This is a cool model map. This is really the first time this season we've seen color on it. This is the Euro probability map. And it basically just shows you highlighted areas to watch. This is tropical depression. I like to flip it to tropical storm because tropical depression gives you a little more color, a little more possibility, but a lot of times, like even last week's system, it would pop over to tropical storm and it would be squashed. So this is really the first time this season, and very, very rarely the Euro, I'm not going to say wrong, but usually when you start clicking tropical storm formation points, it's something to watch. So this is next third and fourth. These are two little highlighted areas. Not a lot of percentages. Purple's around 20% chance. But you got the idea here. It's, this general pull out of the Bay of Campeche. So we'll see. Definitely we'll see. But that was interesting to me to wake up to this morning, to see the Gulf of Mexico color map. Nothing on the hurricane side yet. So that's good. So far the Euro has smart thinking. It's a broad low pressure area that comes off of Central America, and it really takes time to try to get going in anything. Cool. Yep, you're right, Topher. If it maintains its core, they'll keep the name on a crossover. It's a good point. If they can argue that the storm kept its structure, then it would retain the name. And we saw that name yesterday. I think it was Agatha. Was that right? Agatha. So we got Agatha coming. I always do my Googles over here because I don't know what the heck's going to pop up. Let's Google Agatha. See what the heck. Agatha Christie. I didn't know that. Agatha Christie. Didn't even know that was a thing. All right, so images for Agatha. Let's see. There's a Marvel character, it looks like. Most of it's Agatha Christie. So there you go. Agatha Christie. WandaVision. Here we go. This is Agatha. Here's the official face of Agatha. Ready? This is it right here. Boom. Agatha. There it is. Pacific Storm Agatha. The House of Harkness. Marvel Studios. MJO is the Madeline Julian Oscillation. I think that's correct. I got a nice little link here. So let's talk about that. Okay, great. I'm glad you brought that up. So a couple factors that are really being discussed on the Twitter end, which we have more of the weather geeks over there. Hurricane Dale. Dale Earnhardt. This is part of your Kelvin wave passing here, which is also tied to the MJO predictions. But they usually start over on the Pacific side of the world, and they come across, and we have this general favorable MJO pattern that sets up. And this is June. This is 1st of June to the middle of June. So we basically have a good little window here leading up to this possible formation the first week of June. So this is one very favorable factor early in the season and into the season. When you have an enhanced passing of the MJO, you see more convection rising, and you see a lot more satellite presentation of storms growing. And we saw that with Aida. That's, I put a lot of time into investigating Aida with the passing of Aida versus the passing of Elsa the year after. Let me pull that up here because it affected so much. When you have an enhanced stage of the MJO, you get a lot more convection, basically more storms, than you do on a suppressed passing of the MJO. And when we saw Elsa, quit your snorting over there. Here we go. All right. So we're going to talk about MJO real quick. This is Aida. So Aida flooded, I heard, almost 1,000 homes in Tampa Bay area. 60 miles off the coast of Tampa Bay. Never made landfall in Tampa Bay, but the winds blew in and we had a lot of flooding. This is Elsa. Let's see. Here is Aida. Okay, Aida. Aida. I don't have the MJO slide on here. Anyway, Aida was under a enhanced stage of the MJO, and we had a strengthening, deepening system as it passed, and that deepening pressure kept the convection strong enough that it really produced these, more pressure gradients, more waves, more winds. But then when you fast forward an exact same storm a year later, almost the same window, this was Elsa. Thought we were going to have the same exact effects. Surge forecast was the same, everything. But look what happened. It just poofed. We had hurricane hunters finding lower pressures when it was off the coast of Sarasota, hurricane force winds and a lot of barbs. And it went from 1,000 pressure to 1,007 before it even got to Tampa. So it went from 1,000 down in Sarasota to 1,007 in Tampa. And here's a good graphic here showing you the downward motion, upward motion of an enhanced MJO. So an enhanced MJO, you have upward motion. And I've seen over the years when we have enhanced motion MJO, you can actually see satellite imagery, and you just see the poof, 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 popcorn storms everywhere. The atmosphere is very juicy, very ripe, like a turnip. When you have the sinking air, I've seen it before, and I saw it firsthand. MJO during this Elsa, boom, very sinking air, very suppressed stage of this MJO, and you can almost see it. I would almost bet $1 million that this is a huge reason Elsa just fizzled off the coast. It could only maintain convection a little bit, and all of a sudden it just sucked in dry air and poofed. And that's what happened. Pressure went from 1,000 to 1,007. So anyway, back to the next week, we're going to be in enhanced stage MJO. It enables. And there's another great graphic over here above it. I have an MJO page which is actually official. That's not the page. It's let's see. I thought I had a page. Maybe it is. There, the CPC page on the NOAA.gov site. This is got a lot of good maps on it if you really want to dig into where it's at and where it's coming. It starts in the Western Pacific, slides over through the Indian Ocean. I mean, it's pretty cool, all that stuff, but I just like to see pretty colors. Here's our MJO page. This is Michael Ventress page, and he kind of shows the same thing. Blue is enhanced. There you go. 2 week, here it comes. So that's enough about that. But MJO is a big part. Here's purple blue dot showing formation. Agatha's coming, very likely. And in the warm water, like we said yesterday, the water is extremely warm. It's above average in the Gulf of Mexico, and anytime you have above water temperatures, it'll be easier for storms to get going versus if it was cold. And currently the waters are above average. This is your anomaly map. Everything's in the 81, 82 range out here. And we'll see that by showing data values. And there you go, 81.6, 82, 82, 83. So it's 83 down in the bay. So things will have, then it'll cross over this loop current, 82, 83. So the water is definitely warm enough. If it, again, it's likely to be a broad low pressure system at first, so it'll take some time to try to really become anything too significant. But if we look at what it could look like on the radar, back to tropical tidbits, if we were to get a system in 10 days, what it could look like on the Euro shows, I'm sure, a broad system. It does. See, there you go. It doesn't really pop in the picture yet because it's 10 days out, but as far as I might show it up here. There you go. You can start to see the broad nature of it. Very wide range east to center. So, but hey, early season systems usually are that way. All right. Enough of that. Let's look at one more ensemble map. We'll take a break, drink some coffee, and then we'll talk about weather coming now because it's definitely worth talking about. We have more severe storms coming for the upper Gulf of Mexico, and it looks like tomorrow's line could be quite intense. More storms coming. Can you believe it? For the upper Gulf. All right, so real quick, individual ensembles. Here you go. I'll just kind of zoom in on these. So initial storm starts down here. You'll see gradual turn north, and there you go. There's all the little members popping up, showing potential development. And look, none of them are red. Very important to note on the Euro. So you got to pay attention up here. This is your pressure cheat sheet. So red is anything up to 980 millibars. So the only good news with the Euro, of course, is it keeps it all in blue, which means nothing too strong. It could be a tropical storm. 980 could technically be a weak hurricane, but there you go. So there's the thinking on the Euro. This is up till June the 4th next week, and then we'll see. But the general motion you can tell is to the north east. Now we go back to the European. That was European. Go to the GFS. Got the same sort of a setup here. Again, not putting too much into this, but there you go. There's the GFS. Let's go back to the Caribbean here. You can see a little better. So there's your GFS thinking. And again, it's a little off here. It peeps off a new piece of energy and pushes it off. So the main takeaway out of the GFS is the same thing. What are all these noises? Is that Amazon? I'm hearing people. I ordered a new computer. I hope I don't have to go sign for it. I wouldn't think they would just leave a computer out front. Maybe I have to go sign for it. Oh no. Let's see. Huh. All right. So there's a GFS. So the same thing in those, some crossover with a little bit more of a south thing, but you can see the ideas there. That's all I'm going to say about that. Like Forrest says, that's all I got to say about that. All right. 87, Eric says, I've never seen a goose kissing a moose. What the heck is that? I'm going to read some comments here. Drink some coffee. We're going to go into live weather. Greg Montgomery, are you watching? I sent your email back, by the way. Greg Montgomery. Calling Greg Montgomery. For some reason, you got to check your spam filter. Some emails are getting flagged in my spam, and it's a daily routine for me now to have to check spam. All right, so let's put on the radar here real quick, and then we'll talk about what's coming. Look at that sucker. Man, nasty. Now, we talked about this yesterday. A lot. I did get my monitor. Let's open this up, by the way. So, I'm excited. Oh, hell, the bag's even open. They didn't even seal the bag. What else did I buy? Oh, I got a new stylus. Oh, and I had to get black leather repair kit because I have a... I'm going to try. I've never bought this, but I got a little tear in my storm chaser truck by my elbow. I think that was from one of the dogs. So we're going to do that. That's later. Oh, I wanted to show this. I meant to show this at the start of the show, man. Saddest day ever. The end of school year when the kids bring home their year full of work. So Sarah brought home all her stuff. It was kind of sad because it means she's moving on to the next grade. But she made this little guy. I don't know what it is. But I keep a stash of stuff here on my desk. This is something she made, a bee. I got Emily's first puppy up here. I've showed that a bunch. So this is going to go to my stash of goodies from Sarah. I can talk like that. Look at. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And she also made this frog I thought was kind of neat. I wanted to show this. It's kind of weird. I don't know what's in it, but you can squish it. It's really squishy. So as a parent, you know what I'm talking about. It's always cool at the end of the year to get stuff back. But here's what I bought. This is, so excited. So I had to get a new laptop, but I got a swivel monitor for the side of it. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So it attaches to the monitor itself. And this will be great in my truck because I can't work without two monitors. I can't. So this is awesome. And it folds up tight. Oh, it's Emily. I forgot Emily's here. Emily, are you here? Yeah. Oh, okay. Mystery solved. So the computer will be here today. Mystery solved. All those weird noises I heard was Emily. You come say hi today? No. Teenagers. Oh, and I got some new styluses too. For pushing buttons. Excited. New laptop. Can't wait. More power. Yeah, when I did the hail chasing video, the video was processor was starting to. The integrated video cards, I guess, are not good. So I got a dedicated video card. All right, so I posted this earlier. Let's go back to Twitter and God, I got a lot to talk about, man. So if you missed it yesterday, I got these tabs open. I wanted to show this first. I kind of should have started this out, I guess, early, but we knew yesterday 11 o'clock advisory. The 11 o'clock announcement from the National Hurricane Center came out. This is their official forecast. It came out yesterday. It was all over the news, like I kind of mentioned it would be. They predict 14 to 21 storms. That's above average. 14, I believe, is normal. 6 to 10 hurricanes. 7's normal. And 3 to 6 major hurricanes. So they predict an above average season, as everybody else has. 65% chance an above average season. 25% chance of normal. 10% below normal. So what you should gather out of this is they're pretty confident we're going to see at least a little bit above normal season as far as activity goes. That came out yesterday. And the name list came out, which we've showed a lot. I guess I'll leave that up a second. These are all the names. If we were to get a new storm in the Gulf, it would be Alex. Hermine takes a return back. Carl, Lisa. So there you go. There's the names. Harold, yeah, what's up, buddy? Learn how to read. Says hello. Focus issues, John? Yeah, I always have a hard time. These are the names, by the way. So there you go. All right. So let's talk about the weather coming up. All right. So yesterday we focused a lot about this squall line. Let's look at current satellite imagery here on Weather Nerds because, man, it is a powerful system that came through Texas. Look at this, man. Incredible. Showed this yesterday. This is weathernerds.org, but man, look at that. Look at that. What the heck was that all about? So there you go. That's live, man. Look at, that was, this bow came through Texas late last night and early this morning. And it's out in the Gulf now. Repeat from yesterday. We had the same, remember, the reason we got blobs and squalls in this time of year, it happens this time of year. I don't know what it is, man. It's just we have blobs and squalls in the Gulf, and it happens right here. Blobs and squalls in the Gulf of Mexico, right here. I watch blobs. So we've had blob alerts the last 2 days coming off the coast of Texas. The one yesterday drifted more up back into Texas in the upper Gulf. This one's really spinning around. We got a low way up north. Everything's sliding around. So our main energy source is about right here. So all this stuff is eventually kind of doing this right here coming up. And are you leaving? No. Okay. The other area is this right here, which we've obviously showed a lot this morning, Pensacola area. And it's going to continue throughout the day. It's drifting a little bit to the east, but what they're worried about is a couple things. One is flooding. We have a high flood probability here coming today. Okay, bye. Good luck on your test. Study hard.
Okay.
Extra hard.
Bye.
Look at that. 2 big lines. I mean, and this could be anywhere really. This should probably all be red. But rain train. You heard the phrase rain training, right? We're just going to get this constant push up from the Gulf of Mexico all the way up into Tennessee here. We got to watch for possible flooding today. Big concern. Tomorrow, same spot tomorrow. This is because we have all this energy now. It's going to be a new frontal line tomorrow that's going to actually come across. So Thursday, we have more flooding chances tomorrow. And then Friday, it kind of dissipates to the East Coast for that. So I guess the biggest thing to do right now is jump on to future. Oh, look at this. We got a new tropical hazard map. Ooh. Just came out. There we go. First color of the season. Showing possible Gulf. This is June 1st through June 7th. So kind of teasing the idea here that we could see a little bit of, this is the GFS area and this is everybody else. So there you go. There you go. Official maybe of the season. First official maybe alert. Interesting. So I'll have to show that here in a minute. All right. But as far as flooding goes, we got that. But let's look at future radar because this is the important thing I wanted to show. Could be, I was thinking too, this... Some of that tropical wave is probably what... See, GFS kind of messed up on our first tropical wave. I'm thinking it's picking that up for early next week. When in reality, it's probably that system. And again, it's going to be broad low when it comes over the mountains there. All right, so here we go. All important future radar. Because this is very, 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 very worthwhile to show for the upper Gulf. We got another potential line of storms coming tomorrow that really looks impressive on satellite. To the point that I might have to share it. All right, so here's today. Hey, Louie. I can't stand that licking. What's up, Lord Andrew? How's it going, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while, man. All right, so here you go. Radar today. All right, so unfortunately today, this is obviously happening right now across the tip of the Panhandle, going northward up into Alabama. Here's another line coming through Louisiana later this morning now. It's starting to build. And look, this is 1 p.m., noontime. This line's going to slide. See, this is why we have 2 lines of rain possibilities today. God, Hunter, you're making a lot of noise, buddy. This line slowly moves over to the east in the early afternoon. But then we're going to start watching for another line of storms. Man, you're snoring. I'm going to have to give him a koozie today. Hey, come here. It's just like a person. They'll stop snoring for a minute and then they come back. All right, so this is today. This is really impressive to me. All right, so here's later tonight, 2-3 p.m. Another long, strong line of storms here, all the way up to Arkansas, all the way down through Louisiana. This is this afternoon, early this afternoon. Our line that we're seeing now is going to slowly inch its way to the east. This is early today's afternoon. Man, it doesn't go anywhere. This is late tonight. This is leading into overnight. Another line overnight. Another line here inching into Tallahassee tonight. But watch what happens tomorrow. This is 1 a.m. 1 a.m. 1 a.m. Watch what happens tomorrow. Look at that. Another line possibly tomorrow morning. Deja vu. 8 a.m. 7 a.m. We could see another line of storms coming up tomorrow morning to watch. Deja vu. So there you go. And then this one's going to make its way through east. This is tomorrow early afternoon. Man, it's just like double whammy. Bam, bam. So this is crazy. This is today. This is tomorrow. Today, tomorrow. Almost the same pattern. And then by Friday, look at that. It starts weakening up a little bit. Daily rainfall totals. The good news is, like I said, the weekend's looking pretty good. Let's show you that. Hey, listen, by the way, 2 things before I leave everybody. We got some more people joining the cruise. It's great. I have to be clear. We got 100 We had 100 cabins. We're getting a lot of cabins booked, way more than last time already. This is in March next year, fully refundable. You can see all the details. Great company we're working with. But we locked in the price. That's what I need to hammer out, I guess, is the price is locked. So as the gas prices are going up and everything gets more money, our prices are locked. So that's a good thing. I put a big deposit down to lock in 100 cabins. That guarantees our rate. So read it up, click the link, tons of fun. If you're in the industry, listen, the most exciting thing for me is, I keep teasing these little presentations of these slides that I got. I'm going to actually do that. So I didn't want to talk about the cruise every day, but I am. So this time around, we got a free hour cocktail meet and greet on the ship, first day. That's going to be cool as heck. Bag of swag when you check in. We're going to have a check-in area as soon as you get on the boat. Our lady Kim's going to be there helping give everybody their badges and bracelets and swag and gifts. We're going to have a meet and greet. A lot of fun activities on the boat, like a bar crawl. We're going to do something maybe in the slot machine thing. Definitely something on Coco Cay. But the cool thing is we're doing a seminar on the ship. So I get to do one of my presentations, and we're going to give away a certificate, a true stamped, certified certificate for hurricane preparedness, which, if you're in the industry, when tax time comes, you know what that means. The other thing I wanted to show is I'll show it another day. I got to finish this up. I forget it's almost 10:18 now. So yeah, fun stuff. All right. Rainfall totals, real quick. We do have a new, look at that. Of course they did. They updated that. All right. So there's today's storm map, by the way. It kind of got updated. And, fresh off the wires here from Storm Prediction Center. This 5% area. The reason I talk about these more than when they're over here is we have like 99% of the people watch are here and 1% here. Sorry, Harold. But we love Harold. He lives out west, Midwest. 5% usually means we'll have a tornado watch later. This is today. So storm chances now are increasing throughout the day today as we have Gulf storms rolling in ahead of an approaching front. So pay attention. Could have a tornado watch later today across the upper Gulf. Tomorrow, more the same. 2% now, but we could have this extended into overnight and tomorrow morning. So we could have some storms again tomorrow morning setting up in the same general area Thursday a.m. tomorrow. So we'll have to watch for that. Those just came out. And long range, look at that. Nothing showing up long range. That's a good sign. We're not seeing any day 3, day 7 outlooks. That's good other than heat, but that's understandable. Summertime. Here's the deal. So let's take a look at rainfall potentials. Then we'll call it a day. Rainfall potentials, daily rainfall potentials. Let's just look here. Good old U.S. 24-hour rains. Here's your rainfall today through tomorrow. And here's your rainfall Thursday into Friday. So this is your rainfall for Thursday, pretty much Thursday morning to Friday morning. That's the heaviest bulk. Yellow's an inch, reds are 2 inches. So there again, heavy rainfall northeast from all the way up through the Carolinas tomorrow. Friday rainfall starts the weekend a little bit, and there you go. There's your Friday rainfall. Little less, right? More up through the Carolinas, north. Very little rain. Normal stuff. Not predicting a lot of rain on Saturday and Sunday. All the stuff here. So we got everything on the page here. Where to find me, where to email me, email Mike. You find me on Twitter. I tried to get my blue check yesterday. They even said, make sure you have on your website official Twitter account on Mike's Weather Page, which I did. They said, make sure you have a Wikipedia article, right? I have a Wikipedia article. Look at that. Mike's Weather Page on Wikipedia. They said, make sure you have national news. I have the AP article from the Associated Press. I'm like, what more do they need to see that I'm official? Weather Junkie. Look at it. Associated Press. This went out to 300 plus newspapers around the country, solidifying who I am, what, the website. So one day I'll have a blue check. But anyway, you can find me on Instagram, Mike's Weather Page. You can find me on Twitter, Tropical Update. You can find me on TikTok. Believe it or not, I'll probably do a little TikTok video later. And also YouTube. We're streaming live on YouTube. Big thanks to our buddies over at Universal Roofing Contracting, definitely. And we're having lunch with them next Friday. We're hoping to do some fun stuff with them this summer. And speaking of roofs, this TikTok that I reshared is the most amazing video ever, showing hail going through the house and going through the roofs. Unbelievable damage here on that. Unbelievable. So that's why it's good to have friends in the roofing business. Because if you need a roof done, you might as well go with the best and ones that actually support our page. So good morning, Shelby. I got you, Shelly. But I've also had big dogs, meteorologists tell me they're dealing with the same thing. So who knows? But whatever. It's all good. Doesn't mean anything. All right. So we're good. We're rocking and rolling. Again, hello, everybody on YouTube. We love you to death over there, too. And then, so we live tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. Lots of weather we talked about today. A lot. So I found it to be a good show. And as always, you can support our page here by becoming a subscriber. And we have a lot of different levels, different options, lots of perks, lots of stickers, shirts, koozies, calendars, text alert, everything. So we're trying to make it a good program for everybody that wants to be a part of what we do here. So, and Shelly helps me a lot of that, and Phil and Julie behind the scenes. So, all right. Well, have a great day, and we'll see everybody tomorrow for the Daily Brew right here from Oldsmar, Florida. And lastly, Oldsmar, Florida, check this out. On the bottom here, Oldsmar Weather Stem. Oldsmar was really excited yesterday. They got 2 weather stations put into our great city of Oldsmar, Florida, Weather Stem in Oldsmar, and you can see the data. And I could ride my golf cart out here to the Veterans Park. But if you're ever curious what it's like in Oldsmar, we now have our own official weather stations here in our great little city. So that's pretty cool. 83. See, it's 83 in my house, too. I'm looking right at it, 83. My heat index is 89. Do they have a heat index here? Oh, they say 88.1. Pretty cool. Dew point 70. That's percent. I don't know if that's humidity or not. 75. Pressure. So 75. I think that's humidity. 68. That's by the water, though. That makes sense, right? A little drier by the water. I'm a little closer to the preserve. A little more moisture in the air. All right, so hey, listen. So seriously, talking about the tropics real quick. We'll try to keep it an hour. I didn't realize it's still 10:16. We do have Pacific action. There is good probability now on operational models that we didn't see with our last system showing up. The Euro is all over it now, showing a crossover low pressure system from the Central America next week, and we'll keep an eye on this setup. Icon showing, so icon check, CMC check, Euro check, GFS not as excited, so probably means we got to watch it. And we'll see. It could be a broad low pressure system that tries to develop, and basic movement so far appears to be to the northeast. But again, I'm not gonna dig too deep yet into upper level patterns until so much can change by then. So what I like to do is, we already started teasing ensembles a couple days ago. Now we're starting to see operational runs. About a week out, we'll start looking at upper steering patterns and see, what kind of stuff we're looking at for far as that goes. And then we can look at the UK Met. I don't think the UK goes out that far yet. It doesn't go out that many days. So how about that? All right. Any last minute questions? Sherry Brown, good to see you. Dawn, good morning. Ashley Nagel, good morning. AJ McCain, haven't seen you in a while. Love horses and beer. What happened? Where'd everybody go? Kim has been amazing. Rosie Crump, hope you can make it. Hope you can make it. Heck yeah. And we do have a hotel fund planned the day before. So we got big storms coming. All right, so I'm going to post that here, and we're going to post throughout the day. I'm going to post the HRR radar that we're showing this repeat pattern. This is so incredible watching this happen. Let's look at a couple more satellites. It's just amazing watching this coming off of the Gulf of Mexico here. Let's look at that. Let's just actually look at a still frame. The sandwich. Let's really zoom in on it here. This is a big one. We can really get some high resolution. So there is our system right now. That's your infrared sandwich shot, but incredible storms. So lots of instability. And again, we're going to see potential tornado chances here later today. Here, across Mississippi, Louisiana, upper Gulf Coast. Usually when you have around 5%, you get a tornado watch. So just stay alert. And again, like I said, tomorrow morning, more of the same. Everything y'all got today, it could happen again tomorrow. So just be prepared for that. But the weekend looks great. So, all right, be good, guys. See you tomorrow. Got a lot of work to do. See you. Hey, Robbie, roofing is, listen, do you remember last year, so they cover the whole state of Florida. Phil got their roof done just the end of last year. But two reasons we really support them. One is they are big fans of our page. That's a big part. They love us, and we've been friends for a long time. Secondly, it's veteran-owned, dozens of years, veteran-owned company, which is great family-owned. And last year they gave away a roof to a veteran. You remember that? So we helped promote that for them. So they gave away a free roof, and our buddies at Furman did also threw in a generator. So it's a great company. And like I said, Phil got his roof redone with them. They do a lot of hail repair in the state of Florida. And, of course, if we get a hurricane, they'll be busy. But, roofs and storms go together. I was out in the hail. But anyway, great company. I support them. They support us. So that's how the world works. So hopefully give them a call. So, all right, be good, y'all. We'll see everybody in the morning. And Shelly, you got lunch? No, we're going to talk for another hour. All right. See you guys. Bye-bye.